Hello everyone. Today we are going to look at the Alteryx designer's reporting capabilities. So let us start directly looking at the reporting capabilities. For this, I'll be using a very simple data set. Going further, we will make the data set complex and we'll see how exactly those complexities can be taken care of. But to start with, this is the data set that we are going to look at. There is just the name of few people, 20 records are there, and the ages such as 5, 78, 45, and so on and so forth. So let us start from the beginning. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to take the input data tool from the tools palette, drag and drop it on the canvas out here. All right, now we can see that we have this tool out here on the canvas, the input data one. We can look at it through this thing that we will start connecting to the file or the database in the configuration window. So we go there and we browse to the file which we will ingest in Alteryx. So this is the file, C users, Alteryx sample data one.txt. So we do that and then it is going to ask us whether it is a CSV file or not. So read it as a delimited text file. It's a comma. First row in my data set of course contains the field names such as the name and the age. So we say okay. Now immediately we can see that in the configuration window here it is showing the preview of the first 100 records. So the names whatever were there in the file and the corresponding ages right here, and it is showing the preview of the 100 records. Of course there are only 20 records in that file, so it is showing all the records. Now let's take it a step further and we simply run it. We run the workflow, so it is running now. And we can see that it has finished running in 1.9 seconds. Okay, I can say don't show this message again and okay. All right, now let's see let's select this tool in the workflow and we can see some of the information that is out here. Such as, see, we can see the metadata. Let's go to the first of all the metadata. In terms of the metadata, it is showing that we have two fields, name and age, both are of type string. So this we will see going further that we may need to convert it because age is numeric and we may need to convert it. But for now, let's keep it like this and move forward. In terms of the data, it is of course showing all of the records that are there. So the same information is actually populated out here. All the 20 records are right here. These things are known as anchors here. So this is one anchor, and there may be this one. The input data tool only has the output anchor actually. Right, now let's move forward and see some of the informations out here in the configuration. What exactly is the record limit? What exactly is the file format? So it's a comma separator. And first row contains of course the field names, name and age. And this is the important field, start data import on which line. So we are starting on the line 1. Okay, now let's move forward and see from here. Now like I said, we need to convert the data type. So for that we are going to use the select tool. So we get the select tool and you can see that it is the output anchor of the input data tool is directly connected. It is showing that, so the dotted line that is going to connect it to the input anchor of the select tool. So if we do that, the connection is made, and here we can see in the configuration options of the select tool that we have few options. So we are going to go through them very quickly. See, the age, essentially we can convert it to integer. So here we have converted it to the integer. Now let's rerun our workflow and we can see what exactly is going to happen. Just a sec. I don't think it ran. Okay. Right, a few other things here. First of all, see on the canvas, if you don't select anything, then the layout direction can either be horizontal or vertical. So if you do vertical, the layout changes, of course, but I think we can use horizontal for this one. Uh, all right, annotations, we can say that show all with tool names. So now we have the tool. This is the select tool. This is the input data tool. And connection progress, we can keep it like this. All right, now let's rerun the workflow. You see it is running. Okay, so it has run here and we have the results. Now let's try again the input data one. So you see input data here, it is showing only because input data doesn't have any sort of the input anchor, so it is just showing here the output is this. Now let's select the select tool here. So if we select the input anchor out here in the results window, then we can see the metadata tab. So the input for the select tool is name and age, both of string type, and the output for the select tool is the name and age, but the age data type has been converted. Right, so now we can look at the data, the underlying data for the select tool, and we can see that the proper data is there and the age is now numeric. All right, now let's use some other functionality such as the sort tool we can use. So if we drag and drop it out here, again we can see that the output anchor of the select tool is being shown as that it will be connected to the input anchor of the sort tool. All right, so we have done that. Now we can see sort by what. So we want to sort of the age. We will make it, let's say, descending. Now again we can run the workflow and we can see the results. So Alteryx actually is extremely good in these sort of things in which the data preparation, sorting, selecting, and so on and so forth. So you can see it yourself that whatever records are there will, I think the workflow has been completed. So sort, if we see, then for the sort tool, the input was this. Whatever was the output, the same whatever was the output for the select tool. If we see here, now we have selected the select tool and the output Julian Ross, Frank Carlston, and 578.45. And if we see the sort tool, then we can see that the input is same 578.45, but the output should differ, of course, because it should be like the descending. So yeah, so it has sorted the data by age, 110 and so on and so forth, and the least age is of course 4. Right, so now we have done a bit of the data preparation part for this simple visualization exercise. Now let's go to the actual reporting tools and see how we can use those tools. So for this, let us just directly go and I think I'll just directly go and create an interactive chart to see the data. So here we have the interactive chart, and now let's rerun the entire flow. Okay, and we can see that the configuration option for the chart has come up with the interactive chart. So it says use this tool to interactively create bar charts, scatter plots, line graphs, and pie charts. So let's create a very basic bar chart to start with. That is going to show the ages by name. So by default, we can see that the chart is empty. We have to add layers to it. So if we add one layer to it, we can see now we have to put in the layer has been added as layer 0. We can lay more layers on top of this layer, but we'll come to those concepts later on. For now, let's just go with the bar chart. So we have the bar chart. On the X, let's put as name, and on the Y, let's put it as age. Right, so here we have our bar chart with 110 and well, and I guess, yeah, the lowest one is 4. As you can see, there are a lot of options here for zooming, panning, and zooming in and zooming out, and so on and so forth. The standard options are present. But here is our interactive bar chart. We'll close this window and we'll try something else now. I just want to show some of the other tools that are there. Let's see, for this one, let's use the browse tool. Yeah, here it is, the browse tool. This is another tool that you can use, and we can use this as such. We are connecting the output of the interactive chart to the browse tool. Browse, okay, it is saying no data available, which is fine. Now let's run it again. Yeah. So you see it has again run, and we can see here that browse 5. If you see this results window, and we are in the messages, so we can see the browse 5 with 1 records. Okay, so we go here and we say browse, and it is rendering currently, so we can see that the output of the browse is what? The output of the browse of course should be same as whatever we already saw in the interactive chart, but here is the same chart again in the browse tool. So in this video we have learned about the input data tool, how we were able to input the data, the select tool through which we change the data type, sort tool through which we sorted the data, the interactive chart tool, and the browse tool. So thank you all, and tune in for the next one, in which we will be exploring the functionalities of the reporting of Alteryx much more. Thank you.